And welcome back to a great breakfast show. The question for you now is, can the mercurial Mario inspire Italy to a famous victory? You can call us on 308-77-800. You can also email us at dial@neosports.tv, or you can send us your Twitter feeds at NeoPrimeTV, hashtag Euro 2012 DialS. Now remember, Mario Balotelli plays for Man City in the EPL, so he will know a thing or two about the English game and the players. Right, Isha?
Right, Keith. In fact, he will know more than a thing or two because he also plays for Julian Lescott, who plays for the same club as he does. He plays for Man City. And even Roy Hodgson, their coach, he has coached in a couple of Italian teams as well. So he does know their game. He does know how they play. He knows a thing or two about Pirlo as well because he has trained them. So it's going to be very interesting. And after Hodgson took over England, after Fabio Capello, he actually took England to more of an Italy style of playing, which is defensive. They play with four backs, and they're very defensive. Yeah, they're very defensive there. So this is going to be a very interesting game, according to me. It will be interesting to see how these two counter-attack each other, and how if these two are going to be extremely defensive and not attack at all. So many are also arguing, there's a lot of talk about maybe penalty shootouts happening towards the end. And the interesting bit is that both these teams aren't really that great with penalty shootouts. But Buffon was actually quoted saying that probably shootout is not a possibility. He kind of laughed it off. But who knows if the game actually gets into that.
Well, you know what you're talking about, even a draw maybe till the full time, and then finally a shootout, but that's a little later. Let's have a look at how these two teams have fared so far in the tournament. That'll give us like a fair indication of what to expect tonight. This is England versus Italy. Of course, the opening play goals. England, of course, have more attacks on the right, attacks on the left, more or less the same for both the teams. Now, attacks down the center, that's a very important statistic because Italy have more because of Pirlo, and of course, England had a very key player missing, and then he's just joined us in the last match. We know what we're talking about. Well, like I said earlier, we've got an interesting game lined up. It might end up being a little bit drab in the beginning, but all helter-skelter will break loose if that one crucial goal is scored. So let's see if we can get through to our callers first. We're going to start from Biplab, who calls us all the way from Bhilai. Okay, Biplab, welcome to the show. This is a nice breakfast show. We're talking about the matchup for tonight. This is England versus Italy. What do you foresee happening tonight?
Actually, Italy is a far more better record in just big matches, because in Euro and World Cup, just Italy's record is quite. They are the 4 times World Cup winner, and their record is much more better than the England. In my opinion, England are the little bit chokers in the big rule.
You say that, but then, you know, if you watch last night's match, Spain actually had a bad track record in big games against France. What do you think, Nilesh? Yesterday's track record for Spain was not very good, but then they, of course, showed, because of the form that they're in right now, how good they are as a team, and they completely changed history. Do you think that's going to happen tonight with England versus the Azzurri?
Yes, I'm quite sure about it, actually. I feel England lacked the teamwork. And the most important point is the yesterday match. What happened is due to sheer of teamwork. And the biggest strength of what I feel Spain is, they don't have a star player. That's their biggest strength, because when a star player is there, a burden goes on to that player a lot. The same thing has happened with Gerrard right now.
Sorry, I just want to ask you this, Nilesh. Sorry, I'm just butting in here. Did you say that they don't have star players, Spain?
Star players just like Cristiano Ronaldo or Gerrard.
Oh my God! Listen,
like
you've got
Spain,
Isha, do you want to say something here? Because I disagree with you. I'm sorry.
I absolutely disagree with you as well, Nilesh. Well, let's also ask you a little question here. My concern here with Italy is that they have their centre-back missing, Cellini. So, do you think that Prandelli will adopt to a formation wherein De Rossi slips back again and takes that chance, and then because that could be a concern for Italy there with Cellini missing, and Bonucci is good, but then one hasn't seen too much from him in this tournament. So what do you think, guys? Do we have Biplab on the phone line?
Nilesh,
can you hear me? Italy do face a huge challenge with Cellini not being there in their side. Do you think Roy Hodgson will drop De Rossi lower down on the pitch?
No, in my opinion, ma'am, actually, De Rossi has been done far more better in the defensive roles as well as the midfield role. In
That's
my
right.
opinion, if De Rossi playing in the midfield, it will be better for Italy because he has the good attacking capacity. He scored a lot of goals in international matches also. So
you would go
Italy,
with a 4-1-3-2.
4-1-3-2, it will be the better formation
That's-
for Italy.
All right,
and,
which is their
and if you
traditional
see the
formation as well. All right. All right, thanks guys so much for joining us this morning. It was great talking to you all as always. Let's also take a look at the matchups that are lined up for us tonight. Here's a look at that. We have England versus Italy match tonight. It's coming to you live and exclusive on Neo Prime. Right, Keith? It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes, absolutely, Kev. And of course, England and Italy, like we've been talking so far, they both play a very sitting back kind of game. They hold on to that ball and wait for opportunities to come through. Well, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us today on The Breakfast Show. We hope you had a nice time here. Yesterday was a great match. Today might be a little iffy in terms of the pace of the match because both the teams are young. They're still trying to get a feel of each other. And we hope that it ends up not a draw, but an exciting goal-scoring match. Isha?
So what is your predicted scoreline, Keith? What would you predict the scoreline is going to be in this match?
Well, it won't be a very high-scoring match, I'll tell you that. It won't be a very high-scoring match. But at the same time, if that one goal is scored initially in the first half, then you'll see complete change of tactics from either team. So thank you very much from me and Isha here. And hope you had a great time joining us in Dial S on The Breakfast Show.